that is the Honorable Modise. Honorable Modise, you have 15 minutes.
Chairperson, if my voice is not audible, you'll have to forgive me. I had the displeasure of taking a cold shower this morning because there's no electricity at the Kashia Park, so it has terribly affected me.
Lots of 30-year government plans.
Chairperson and Deputy Chairperson of National Council of Provinces, Minister Parks Mpho Franklin Tau, Minister Stella Tembisa Ndabeni Abrahams, Deputy Minister Zugo Kodlimbi, Deputy Minister Rajani James Tole, and Deputy Minister Andrew Whitfield, Chief Whip of the NCOP, MECs on the line, Councillor Miriam Mohoje, honorable members, and fellow South Africans. Deputy Chair, it's a distinct honor and a humbling experience for me to take part at this important debate today, because the government of the ANC has a long-standing tradition of advancing basic and democratic rights, which were denied to the overwhelming majority of our people, and for which many fought and died. Not only were our people treated without dignity by the regime of terror in Pretoria, but they were also excluded from accessing institutions of higher learning, which were the preserve of the exclusive minority. Frederick Hengel teaches us that dialectics is a term used to describe process of debate that involves conflicting and different three parties. These are thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. This is known as negation of the negation, which is one of the laws in a debate that defines thesis as a path of progress, antithesis as integration of progress, and synthesis as some of the old and structures within the development. The mandate of the ANC-led government is to respond, Honorable Badenhorst. The mandate of the ANC-led government is to respond to the legacy and imbalances created by the past.
What about the 70s?
And to de-racialize the South African economy through racial socio-economic transformation. SMMEs are the backbone of our economy, contributing significantly to job creation, innovation, and economic growth. It is crucial that we recognize the vital role they play and take protective measures to support their development and success. The support of SMME in a developing economy like ours cannot be overemphasized. It is concerning, therefore, that only 40% of SMMEs don't make it in their first year of existence. We need to create a conducive environment for SMMEs to be sustainable. It is therefore imperative that the Department of Small Business Development forge ahead with the implementation of SMMEs and the cooperative funding policy, which will ensure improvement of access to affordable finances for SMMEs and cooperatives, and further accelerate the implementation of Township and Rural Entrepreneurship Program, which is a dedicated program to provide financial and non-financial support to the township and rural enterprises, with emphasis on enterprise owned by women, youth, and people with disability. As the ANC, we are committed to seeing a small business achieve their localization policy framework and implementation of program on SMMEs and cooperative. There must be a well-developed business infrastructure that will provide a friendly environment for small businesses to enable them to interact with the market, to showcase their product or service offering with a view to transact. To address the issues of poverty, inequality, unemployment, and historic economic marginalization, small and medium-sized enterprises must develop in both historically and economically. The root cause of the current state of poverty, inequality, and high unemployment is a historical fact, Member Badenhorst. It is a common cause, Deputy Chair of Chairs, that listening is not a skill, but it's a requirement. In order for Member Badenhorst to engage in a debate, he is required to listen. Because if he, it is common cause that our economy in the township is largely based on the service sector. It is also factual that the majority of our township spaza shops, hair and beauty salons have been outsourced to foreign nationals, which has over time fueled xenophobic and Afrophobic sentiments amongst our people. We have to develop our SMME sector to create a sense of cohesion and cooperation amongst foreign nationals and South Africans in order to integrate the two for expansion and, as a consequence, create a vibrant, dynamic township economy. Successful economies around the world have acknowledged this positive. Young entrepreneurs, women, and even individuals with disability must take advantage of ANC government support through programs and entities meant for expansion and development for small business sector. The department is responsible for making sure that communities are informed about resources and programs that have been made available to support the economic inclusion and empowerment by government. To put it in another way, communities now have economic opportunities to be empowered by government. The objective of South African film and television production initiative are to support the local and television industry to contribute towards employment creation, local procurement, and enhance the international profile of South African film, television industry, and while creating a creative and technical skills base. The incentive is designed to address the historical imbalances in the sector and ensure diversity and inclusion at all levels of production, including township and control. Whilst Member Badenhorst is adamant that we have been in power for 30 years, he deliberately forgets that they have been here for more than 400 years. And there is no magic that will release, that there is no magic that will wrap off the 400 years of inequality in 30 years. No human being in this world that can perform miracles in 30 years to make up for 400 years of exclusions. The incentives is designed to address the historical imbalances in the sector and ensure diversity and inclusion at all levels of production, including ownership and control. They support the local film and to support the local film industry and to contribute towards employment opportunities in South Africa. The sector is expected to create 1,500 jobs from the additional funds allocated and attract about 3 billion in foreign investment over the medium-term expenditure. Currently, South Africa is facing skills deficit. The skills shortage has a negative impact on socio-economic advancement and a rapid economic development required for the South African economy, as well as absorption of labor. The absence of appropriate skills required for the development of the South African economy constrains its growth, limits employment opportunities, and impacts on investment possibilities. The tools to resolve the lack of appropriate skills do not reside only with the department led by Honorable Tau. However, it is required that they engage with the relevant educational institutions, the Department of Employment and Labor, Science, Technology and Sector, or SETA, to address the critical skills shortage. These are essential for our industrialization effort and rapid transformation in technology. The slow economic growth in South Africa, together with the weak revenue and rising debt,
Honourable Chair.
service cost, among others, contributes towards a revenue shortfall.
Sorry, could you please take your seat, please?
Honourable Chair, will the member take a question?
Yes.
The member has indicated that he will take a question. Go ahead, Honorable Badenhorst.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I just want to ask the member, he's referring to the booming film and television production industry. Could he tell us which province has got the biggest benefit from that industry and why? Thank you.
Thank you. Could you continue, Honorable Modise? Could you continue if you want to answer the question?
Thank you so much. The slow economic growth in South Africa, together with the weak revenue and rising debt service cost, amongst others, contributes toward the revenue shortfall. This has led to a protracted fiscal constraints and austerity measures. However, within this context, South Africa faces triple challenges of poverty, inequality, and unemployment, where the department led by Minister Tau should play a critical role in addressing this through its industrialization drive, which I know for a fact that Deputy Minister Godlimpi, it's in your heart. And amongst others, especially given the multiplier effect of the manufacturing sector, notwithstanding an acknowledgement of significant reduction on the budget presented here today. While we appreciate the difficulties that the budget is being adopted under, the reduction of the budget of a critical department of small business and trade industry should not be permitted to continue perpetually, as these two departments are critical to the creation of jobs and alleviation of poverty in our society. Many drivers of industrialization, such as logic system, input pricing, and administrative costs, lies outside the department's mandate. This, an effective industrial policy, requires effective integration at the level of government and public entities, as well as the private sector. The DTIC must ensure that there is a cohesion and coordination across all national departments and spheres of government. We are hopeful that all parties of the GNU, which I'm told is Government of National Unity, will honor the statement of intent that places the country industrial strategy at the center of growth and development. Chairperson, a member of the EFF stood here and attended to me. I'm a gentleman. I won't attend to ladies. But I just want to flag one thing for you. When you leave here today, a quick research on your tablet that has been provided to you by the parliament, or the laptop, or the phone, and Google December 16, 2029, where the president, your supreme leader, Julius Malema, addresses the National Plenary Assembly in Nasrec. He says, and I quote, that in the next 5 years, we'll have built a private school in Alexandra, which will cater for the children of the poor background, child-headed families, and the children of families of people who suffer from HIV and AIDS. If we do not do this, fighters and comrades, you must not elect us in the next conference. Close quote. As we speak, when I say in the EFF, you are told what to say, I am not imagining things. When I say in the EFF, you are told what to say, I am not imagining things. Julius Malema and the 90% of the leadership of EFF were together in the youth league. We talk to these comrades. They cry to us. They have no space to raise their issues. Who are the people that they can, confidently confide in us to say, these are what the supreme leader is doing. Let me make you an example. Every member of the EFF who has found his voice in the EFF, like Lynchfield Chabalan, Andile Mkritama, Patrick Sindani, the lady from Gauteng Legislature, Mandisa Mashego, where are they? These are all members who have found their voices in the EFF. Mpora Makata, we can name the list. Let me tell you what you don't know. As I tell you now, your supreme leader is aware. Your supreme leader is aware that you took this podium given to you by the EFF to promote your business and never said anything about the EFF. He knows. As I speak to you now, and he's going to attend to you, believe me. When we say in the EFF, you are told what to say. We are not imagining things. Let me ask you, which meeting took decision to redeploy Floyd from KZN? Which meeting took a decision? Which meeting took a decision to say those who did not achieve 10% in their wards must no longer be available to stand for the leadership of the EFF? There's no meeting that takes a decision. It is a decision of an individual. You know why? To come back. Well, he knows, even in his ward, he did not get 10%. But you are going to elect him. Point of order. Can't say anything in the EFF. As I close, Minister Ndabeni, I have a favorite quote that everywhere I go, I quote it.
Point of order, Chair. All right.
Modise, could you take your seat? On what rule are you standing, honorable member?
Yeah, can I ask Chairperson? Will the member take a question?
On what rule are you standing, honorable member?
I am standing on Rule 61, Chairperson.
Hope you got your rule right this time. Let's see, 60. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, can I ask if the member would take a question, Chairperson?
No, that was the wrong rule again, honorable member. Rule 61 refers to offensive and unbecoming language.
Yes.
Please take your seat.
Yes, so I want to ask a question in that background.
Okay, go ahead. Will you?
Because the member...
Modise, will you take a question?
Okay, thank you very much. Are you aware, honorable member, that your ANC decreased its votes in the national elections of 2024, 29 May 2024, from 56% to 40%? Are you aware of that? And what is your response? Thank you very much.
Minister,
Go ahead, honorable Modise. Honorable members, please don't drown the speaker.
Minister Stella Ndabeni, as I sit down, because two questions that were posed there, they are not necessarily questions. They are a beauty contest seeking questions, and I do not have time for that. As I sit down, Minister Ndabeni, I want you to remember this quote for the remainder of your natural life. It's a quote that I use everywhere I go. It says, and I quote, "Men are haunted by the vastness of eternity. And so we ask ourselves, will strangers hear our names long after we're gone and wonder who we were, how fiercely we fought, how bravely we loved?" Thank you very much.
Very much. Thank you, honorable Modise.